Good evening, everyone. Thank you for your patience. In accordance with the vision of the Open Public Meeting Act, Asbury Park Board of Education has provided adequate notice of this meeting by setting a notice of the date, the time, location, and extent known, the agenda of this meeting to the Asbury Park Press and the New Coaster on April 5th, 2022 via email. Copies of this notice has been placed at the Administrative Building, Bulletin Board, District Schools, Asbury Park Municipal Building, Asbury Park Police Department, and filed with the City Clerk on April 5th, 2022. The Asbury Park District will provide all students with a comprehensive and progressive education where everyone possesses the skills and character to succeed in a diverse, evolving global society. Roll call, please.
Ms. Halls? Ms. Breach? Mr. Grillo?
Here.
Mr. LaRocca?
Here.
Mr. Remy?
Here.
Ms. Ricks?
Here.
Mr. Saunders?
Here.
Ms. Lozinski?
Here.
Ms. Koch?
Here. Please rise for the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Decisions.
Good evening, everyone. Prior to my presentation, I would like to take a minute to ask for a moment of silence for the families impacted by the mass shooting in Buffalo last Saturday. It's a tragedy. Thank you. With that being said, as we have been doing over the last several months, recognizing our staff members of the month. And so with that, I'll start with Mr. Perry Medina, the principal of MLK Upper Elementary.
All right, thank you. So our staff member of the month, Miss Jackie Philhauer, please come up. I would like to say, as she is standing here next to us, that it is truly a blessing to have someone when it is chaotic, when it is busy, when we have so many things to do, that answers the call every single time. Her energy level, her smile, her enthusiasm truly do inspire the staff and myself. So I want to say thank you, Jackie, for being awesome. Thank you for being a hard worker. MLK loves you. We adore you. Thank you.
Is that another round? Miss Thea M. Jackson Byers, principal of Bradley Elementary School.
Good evening, everyone. Unfortunately, my Bradley Elementary School staff member of the month could not make it. When I tell you this staff member wears her heart on her sleeve, she works herself to the bone, to the point that even though she cannot drive, she gets on the Uber just to get here and gives 110%. So, Miss Denise D'Alessandro, you are our Ray staff member. I'm so sorry. I could not. I was trying to keep it from you, but this is why I needed you here tonight, D. This is why I needed you. Thank you, D. We love you. Thank you for all that you do. We love you.
Thurgood Marshall, Dr. Jackson.
Good evening, everyone. It is my privilege to award one of our preschool teachers the Teacher of the Month for Thurgood Marshall Elementary. I have had the honor of working with this teacher when she was a preschool teacher at a provider. and then watching her transition to in-district. Every month at Thurgood, the staff nominate the staff of the month, and I am so proud that Ms. O'Halpin received over a third of the votes for this month. Some words that were used to describe her were honorable, respectful, dedicated, passionate, innovative, and dependable. So Ms. Caitlin, you're joined by your husband. Congratulations.
And the high school, Dr. Howard Morris.
Good evening, everyone. Unfortunately, Ms. Gerline Parent Donizell, who is our ELL, one of our ELL teachers, is extremely dedicated for our students. She knows the parents, she knows the family and the community. And unfortunately, she couldn't be here, but her son's graduating from Kane University. So I would like to have her here next month so I can give her that in person. Thank you.
Really quick, before we end this portion, today we had the 2019-2020 Teachers of the Year, and I want to recognize those staff that went over to Neptune High School today. Next month, we will be recognizing them here at the June board meeting with certificates. Okay? Thank you. That concludes my presentation.
Thank you. Congratulations, everyone. Before we open up public comment, we'll have a comment from Adam.
Thank you, Madam President. In accordance with Board Policy 0167, the Asbury Park Board of Education recognizes the value of public comment on educational issues and other matters of importance, and provides members of the public with the opportunity to express themselves on school matters of community interest. The public comment portion of the meeting is not a question and answer session, and all public comments shall be directed to the board president. Members of the public who wish to make public comments must be recognized by the board president and provide his or her name, municipality of residence, and group affiliation if applicable. All public comments shall be directed to the board president and are limited to 3 minutes in duration. Members of the public who do not follow the foregoing rules and/or interfere with the orderly operation of the board meeting may be removed from the meeting.
Thank you. At this time, I'll open up public comment.
Evening.
Good evening.
Madam Board President, how are you this evening?
I'm doing well, thank you. And yourself?
Wonderful, great. My name is Alfreda Clancy. My house is literally in Neptune and in Asbury, and I am an Asbury school teacher. The first thing I would like to say is to please turn your mics up. Thank you. The second thing I would like to say is, Madam President, last month, someone mentioned that all of you, the board members, are volunteers. You are not volunteers. You are elected officials. Okay? Therefore, we are hoping that you have the interests of our students at heart. The third thing I would like to say, that was mentioned last month, ma'am, is that every board meeting was on a Thursday except last month, and it was on a Wednesday, and we did have parent-teacher conferences. Therefore, the parents, ma'am, were not able to attend, and that concludes my statements. Thank you.
guess at this time I'll close public comment. Ma'am, I'm the only one board member that has a child in a school district. And I personally feel very connected to the school and to the whole district. And I am definitely here to fight for our kids, because I want our kids to succeed, not just mine. You're welcome. And as for the meeting, unfortunately, when we did in January, we did change the date so that people can attend the mayor's ball. So back in January, that's when it was supposed to be. You're welcome. I close public comment. Ma'am.
Okay, my name is Cassandra Marshall. I reside in Tit Falls.
Ma'am, can you bring that down? I'm sorry. I want to hear you.
Bring it down? Is that better? Okay, my name is Cassandra Marshall, and I reside in Tit Falls. In saying that, Madam President, that you care for the students, I know on the last meeting, and I'm the social worker being cut, I came to Asbury Park when I was 5 from Haiti, so I've been in the community. I attended Bradley East, Bradley West, Banks Avenue Middle School. Then my mother wouldn't send me to the high school, so I graduated from our RBC. But in saying that you are for the students, and I like that, the fact that mental health was considered to be cut is just, it was kind of like a gut punch. Not even because of me, but for our students. Like sometimes we're in the cafeteria and someone will just say, oh, my uncle just got shot. Or the things that we have to deal with in terms of mental health, what is going on even in this country with the shooting that we just took a couple of minutes to recognize with all that's going on. And just our kids alone being traumatized in what we have to deal with in Asbury Park day in and day out. So in saying that, I just didn't understand, like, why would you guys cut mental health with what all that our children go through day in and day out within this community? If you guys can look at that, just so that, you know, our kids have the absolute best. They shouldn't be shortchanged as it always is. Like, let's look at the kids. What are the kids' needs? What are they? Okay, all right. I didn't know he was talking. Yeah, so just if we could just look at the kids and their needs and what is needed. And I also case manage at a district. The resources aren't in district to keep them in. So that's why we have to send them out of district, and they threaten our jobs about it, but the resources aren't there for them to be successful within the classroom with the supports that are being cut. Thank you.
Madam President, I will, there's no report other than my presentation. However, if you want to go to the areas of the agenda, that's fine. There's no report. Okay.
We have a motion for page A2, the minutes, 9A through D.
I'll move it. Second it.
Moved by Mr. Grillo, second by Ms. Cook. Any questions or comments? Mr. Grillo?
I have a question. How many board members? Is there a quorum, or is more than a quorum tonight?
There's a quorum.
Yes, we have 7.
Oh, good, okay, because I have to abstain from April 14th, okay, because I wasn't here.
Thank you. Mr. Grillo?
Yeah.
Ms. Cook? Mr. LaRocca? Mr. Remy?
Yes.
Ms. Ricks? Mr. Saunders? And Ms. Lozinski?
Yes, all except April 14th. I'll abstain.
Thank you. Motion carries.
Whereas the Open Public Meeting Act allows the exclusion for discussion at the public portion of the meeting of certain matters as outlined below. And whereas the Asbury Park Education was to discuss such matters made and will make such discussions public when a proper conclusion has been reached. Litigation of contract matters or client privileges or personnel matters. Can I have a motion, please?
For the members of the public who are joining us this evening, the board's going to retire to executive session to discuss matters that were mentioned by Madam President. And in addition to that, we'll be having a grievance hearing. It's anticipated that the board will be in executive session for approximately 20 minutes, after which time the board will return to public session to resume the meeting. Thank you.
We are back in public. Does anyone make a motion?
Second.
We need a motion first.
Yeah, I believe that the Madam President was looking for a motion with regard to the grievance that we just heard in executive session.
I would move to deny the grievance just heard in executive session.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. LaRocca?
Yes.
Ms. Lozinski?
Yes.
Mr. Grillo?
Yes.
Mr. Remy?
Yes.
Ms. Ricks? Mr. Saunders?
Yes.
Ms. Cook?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Good evening, Madam President. I'd like for a consent agenda on all items from B1 through B8 with a correction on number 8, striking letter A. But also would like to read, adding on, be it resolved that the Asbury Park Board of Education rescinds the appointment of Mr. David Ronco to the position of social studies teacher at APHS as a result of the exclusion of item A on page B8.
Can we check those page numbers again?
Excuse me.
Can you repeat that
To
for me?
B11, excuse me. From B1 to B11 with the correction on B8. Number 8, letter A.
And Ms. Lozinski has asked that we repeat the resolution you're reading in?
The resolution reads, Be it resolved that the Asbury Park Board of Education rescind the appointment of David Ronco to the position of social studies teacher in APHS as a result of the elimination of the number 8, letter A.
Thank you.
We have a motion?
I'll move it.
Second.
Any discussion?
Any discussion, questions? Roll call, please.
This is all items with the noted corrections, B1 through B11. Ms. Lozinski?
Yes.
Mr. Grillo?
Yes.
Mr. LaRocca?
Yes.
Mr. Remy?
Yes.
Ms. Ricks?
I abstain on anything having to do with awards. No on 4A on B7, and yes on everything else.
Thank you. Mr. Saunders? Yes. And Ms. Cook? Motion's carried. Should I have a motion for all items C1 number 1 to C3 10B?
I'll move it.
Moved by Ms. Cook, second by Ms. Lozinski. Any questions or comments? Ms. Cook? Ms. Lozinski?
Yes.
Mr. Grillo?
Yes.
Mr. LaRocca?
Yes.
Mr. Remy?
Yes.
Ms. Ricks?
Yes.
And Mr. Saunders? Yes. All items carried.
Motion to close the meeting?
Move it.
Seconded.
Second.
All in favor?
I'll back.